What's going on YouTube? Claykeysult here again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius banner review. This time we have a banner that's kind of not that great, but kind of great in its own way. There is one unit that's a diamond in the rough, and the other units are kind of subpar. So again, disclaimer, these are my opinions, mixed in with some truth, some facts, some things I know about the Japanese content in the future, and how future-proof these units may be. So join me as we go over these today, and let's get into it, guys. Alright, so the first thing you guys are going to notice about this banner is that there are 5 units on this banner, guys, instead of our normal 3. And the problem with this is that there are only 2 new units on this banner, and I gotta say, they're not the best, but we'll get into that as we go. We'll go over each unit separately, and then I'll give you my overall view of the whole banner together. And the first unit we're going to look at, you guys probably already have, and you love to hate him, it's ViVi. And yeah, ViVi, guys, you know, he's been around for a while. He can be summoned at a 3-star. He can only go up to a 4-star, sadly. And there's nothing new here, guys. He's just going to have a rate up, so I'm sorry. You probably are going to pull some ViVis if you try to pull on this banner. He does get Faragra as his Trust Mastery here, which is good for some mages who may not already have that ability, such as Kefka, who doesn't have fire without maybe a fire rod, something like that. So it's not the worst Trust Mastery in the world. But as far as the unit is concerned, 3-star to 4-star, if you can only go up to a 4-star, guys, this guy is just going to sit in your box for a while. Maybe hopefully in the future he'll get better stars, he'll move up, maybe he'll get stronger, because he's literally a fan favorite for most people. People who love Final Fantasy IX, they love ViVi. But guys, I apologize, he's not the best. Looking over his stats, you know, he gets all 3 of the elements. He gets water even. Sleep, Bio, Fire, Blizzara, Thundara, Gravity, Drain, and Comet, which these are all cool, but again, he's stuck by being a 4-star unit. So it's just not a good unit. You probably don't want to pull any more of these guys. If you've already pulled this guy, you're probably already sick of pulling him, and I have to say, I apologize, but you're probably going to be pulling more of them into the future. And yeah, that's all I can say about ViVi, guys. So let's move on to the next unit. Now we're going to look into one of the new units on the banner from Final Fantasy IX, and that's Lani. One thing I can say about her, she has a cool sprite. She has a big axe that she's wielding. Sadly, guys, again, not a great unit. This Lani can only go up to 4 stars. She's considered a ranger. Her TM is really kind of subpar too, because it's equipped axe, which means when you put it on someone, they can equip axe weapons in the game. However, most of the best weapons in the game are swords or staffs, things like that. I don't really think an axe is what you're looking to get onto somebody. The TM is not that great. The unit is not that great. So sadly, our first new unit that we're going to be pulling, it's just not really working out for us, guys. Can only go up to a 4-star, like I said. Gets counter, can cast some magic abilities, but if you look at these abilities, like, they're just not very good, guys. I mean, look at her, she barely has anything going on here. So sorry about that if you guys love Lani from the game. Again, her sprite looks amazing, right? Like, we can even go down here and look at the 3-star going into the 4-star. They don't really change that much, so we don't even get a 5-star to see her look even more awesome. But Lani is not something you want to pull. If you pull her, it's going to be a face palm. You don't want her. Unless you're trying to collect them all and get her in your box, you can say, look, I got all the Final Fantasy IX characters this game has to offer. But other than that, guys, you're going to be kind of disappointed with this unit, and she's probably just going to go up on a shelf and collect dust, because you're not going to be using her at all. Alright, the next unit we want to talk about, which is already in the game, is Kuja, the bad guy, the big badass mage from Final Fantasy IX. And he is about average. He's about average, guys. He does go up to a 5-star. His Trust Mastery isn't the worst, but again, not the best. Flare, it'll do some fire damage, or lower some water resist. And nobody's really using water right now, so it's not the best TM, but it's not the worst. It's not like the equipped axe that we just talked about. It's not that bad. But I don't know if I see myself grinding out for this one, guys. Kuja looks like a badass. We can go over his abilities here. You know, he's getting to bar Thundara, which is always good. However, he only uses Daga, Shell, and Gravity, so it's pretty much Thunder and Gravity. You're gonna have to equip him with some TMs to have him use the whole spectrum of mage abilities. This mage is probably going down in the Golbez area underneath Kefka, Exdeath, Tella, Golbez, you know. Now Kuja, you know, they're in that same realm down there in the middle range. The 3 main big mages, Kefka, Exdeath, and Tella, are the ones you want. You don't want Kuja on your team, really, for your main pushing content, pushing progression teams, sadly. Even though he looks amazing. I know I bring this up a lot, but this game just, it just, some characters just look outstanding, and sadly they have to sit in your box, not do much, even though he looks awesome. The one thing I can say about this though is, since he already has a 5-star and he's the main bad guy, you know, he's a big badass boss, he may get a 6-star in the future, so maybe once he gets a 6-star, they'll make him stronger. One of the things I heard a lot of my people in my stream were talking about is how they have a lot of awesome physical damage attackers, things like that in the Japanese version that are already out, but mages are kind of hurting. You know, you have X-Death, things like that are really strong, but nothing new recently that's really stronger than Magic. At least that's what I've been hearing on my stream. So maybe Kuja will be the next guy who gets a 6-star and becomes really good. But other than that, guys, you're gonna be okay when you pull this guy. You're gonna feel all right. You're gonna look at him and be like, oh, okay, he's cool, and you know, I wanted him. But he might not be on your main team, considering the fact that you probably already have a better mage. So picking up on the last new unit that we can get from this 5-person banner is Amarant. And Amarant is a little interesting, you know, he's not the best unit, okay? He can go to 5-star, which is good. And another thing about him is he is like the 4th best tank on global right now. So if you don't have a Cecil, pausing for dramatic effects, or a Warrior of Light or a Leo, you know, Amarant could be your tank. You know, he could bring some tankiness to your team. His Trust Mastery is pretty awesome, in my opinion. HP plus 30%, that's pretty big. You know, we can only get, I think, 10% from Riser, which is a free friend point TM, so you can just build that up really quick with your friend points. And then the new event coming out will let you get 15%. So that, you know, that's even better. But I mean, 30% is awesome. You can put it on your tanks, you can put it on Amarant himself, you can put it on your healers to keep them alive more, give them some more tankiness, give them some more, you know, HP to stay alive. So I'd say his Trust Mastery is, you know, pretty damn good. I would definitely grind for HP plus 30% to put on my units. We can look at his ability set here. He has Gravity Fist, which is like gravity, but it's only to a single target unit. He has a break. He has a power break, which is okay. Curse decreases all elemental resist by 20%. Not bad. He has counter and then eye for an eye, which means it doubles the chances of him countering. So he's going to counter if he gets hit. Draw attacks. You know, that's like a provoke. So he's going to provoke the enemy to attack him because he's a tank. And then he has Revive, which is pretty cool, right? Revive to bring somebody back to life. So overall, you know, like I said, he's like the 4th best tank. If you don't have a tank, I'd be pretty stoked to pull this guy. He's not the worst unit. And, you know, and you also get a sweet TM. So I would say he is probably the best overall unit that you could pull. You know, actually a character that you would use, not just for his TM or not just, you know, to sit in your box. This guy could actually see some use on your teams. And as we can see here, his weapon changes from like a Wolverine looking claw to like a tiger tooth claw to a, looks like a metal sword with purple going all around it right here. So guys, if you do pull Amarant, I'd be pretty excited. I mean, the more HP plus 30s you can have seems pretty nice. And also, he's just an okay unit. So I would definitely put him on your team if you didn't have a tank. Save the best for last. Kind of the big badass, the one everyone wants from this banner, Zidane. And you might be asking yourself, why do people want Zidane? I've heard he's a junk unit. He's not that great in your team, and that's true, guys. He's not going to be a unit you put on your team and you're like, yes, now I'm OP, I'm super strong. He's just a guy that you're going to go for his TM dual wield, which is insane, people. His Trust Mastery is insane. Dual wield allows you to dual wield. It allows you to hold 2 different fucking weapons, and it's amazing. You know, there are some units, okay, for example, everybody wants Lightning, correct? She comes with dual wield. That's what makes her so strong, along with her stats, things like that. She comes with dual wield. In the future, Lightning will actually fall down in the rankings due to other physical attacking units being stronger than her with dual wield. If you put dual wield on them, they become stronger. They can outclass Lightning. So you definitely want dual wield. Put it on your Chizuru you already have, and Barrage is going to do a ton of damage. Like, so much damage. Triforce level damage for my League of Legends players out there. But yeah, it's going to be great. Other than that, Zidane, the other things he could do for you, he's a 5-star unit. He can go all the way up to 5-star. He's great at stealing. So he's like a rogue. He steals. He's a thief. He can get you that steal trophy. He can steal things you need for him. So he's really good at that. Bandit, he gets a double success rate of stealing, which is awesome. Other than that, guys, you're not really going to want to win your team. Besides for his TM, guys, now if you pull this guy, rejoice, because he is one of the best TMs in the whole game, period, hands down. You're going to celebrate, get up, dab a little bit, you know what I mean? Get excited, because you did get the dual wield, which will make any character OP, you know what I mean? So guys, I hope you enjoyed my unit review of all the units from this new banner. Overall, I think it's kind of a lackluster banner, to be honest. I mean, we're dealing with 5 units in one banner, meaning they all have rate ups They may all be 3-star pools, which means you can all get them from a blue crystal, meaning they're kind of common now, and you rate them up, you're going to get them quite often. But I do see you guys getting, you know, the VVs, the, you know, everything else you might not want besides the Zidane or the Amarant you might be looking for. Maybe you want Kuja, maybe you'll get him, that'll be awesome. But it's going to be kind of hard when they all have the rate up and they're all 3-stars. So, I mean, you have a good chance of getting Zidane. I think you should definitely pull in this if you're looking for the Trust Mastery of Dual Wield, which you guys all should be, in my opinion. It's amazing. It makes life tons easier. And it's definitely worth pulling on. The only thing I'll say is I don't know if we're getting the TM ups. So essentially there are banners that the Japanese version got of the game where they'd have just a specific character that got a rate up on that banner when you pulled for it, and you were doing it for their TMs. And Zidane, I think, did get one. However, people on Reddit are now speculating that we won't even get those TM ups due to the fact that Japanese discontinued them. The Japanese version discontinued them. They thought, you know, it was a money loss because people would just get the TMs easily by keep summoning on that banner and getting the TMs. So we might not get them. This might be your only banner to get Zidane with a rate up for a while. If you want that dual wield, get it. But if you like this video and it helped you out, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. It helps us get up there on the searches. And subscribe and comment if you have any questions or disagree with me on something. And subscribe for future guides, you know, coming out soon. I'll talk to you guys later. What's going on, guys? ClaykeysOld here, and today I'm bringing you kind of a different video than I'm normally used to doing. This is for Mobius Final Fantasy, the newest Final Fantasy mobile game on the market right now. My Final Fantasy Brave Exvius fans, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you, but I've been asked to do this video a couple times, so that's what we're going to get into today. And you know, I hope you guys enjoy it. If you haven't seen the game yet, this maybe get you an insight on the game. Today's video is all about ability card overview and everything you need to know about ability cards, so let's get into it. So today we're looking at the Shiva card.